YouTube, this is Randy here for Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works Wednesday edition. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't seen me before, my name's Randy. I have a channel, Randy for Change. Make sure you check me out. So today's question, this week's question, how do you deal with stress, emotions, life's hustle and bustle now after weight loss surgery? Do you still want to stuff your feelings? This is a difficult question for me because I definitely was an emotional eater. Anytime that I was emotional, most of the time it was the emotion that I liked to stuff was depression or sadness, loneliness, those types of emotions. Just being sad, upset. Whether it was, a lot of it was also tied to, I would say, being depressed because I have not met anyone in a relationship quality. I'm a single female, 26 years old, and haven't had very many serious relationships. And at the stage of life that I'm in, I'm looking to find someone, settle down, get married, have kids, and things like that. And up until this point, that hasn't happened for me. So a lot of times if I was sad or depressed, it was because I couldn't meet anybody, or I didn't feel attractive, or, I would go out with friends and my friends would get looks and I wouldn't, or things like that. So just being depressed in that sense. So I would fuel that depression or that sadness with food. Food was my friend. Food was always there, and food would never, cheat on me or not show up or any of those types of things. So I ate. And because I ate, I got all the way up to 245 pounds. So it was a bad relationship with food. Food failed me, so to say. But since weight loss surgery, I don't want to say that and I've said this in a couple of my other videos, I'm not a perfect person to follow. And that's one of the reasons why I really like this YouTube community, is that everybody is very honest and everybody is different. And, we're not all these model patients that, need to be on the Lap Band website and, look how perfect she is. Everybody has mistakes. Everybody goofs, messes up, things like that. The best thing, though, is that you learn from it and you move on. So I will say that there have been times since I was banded and I have emotionally eaten. Now, with that said, and before I was banded, I could pack away some food. The nice thing with the Lap Band is that I really can't do that anymore. It stops me from doing that. If I eat too much or too fast or of a certain food, I end up PBing. And PBing is one of, as bad as it is, it's a real big kick in the gut, so to say. It says, what are you doing? Stop. Don't do this. Don't eat emotionally. Don't do this to yourself. It's not worth it. So since I've, started really refocusing on this journey of mine, I'm trying to find different ways to fuel that sadness if I have it. Now, I will also say that because I've lost almost 50 pounds now, the sadness isn't there as much. I'm more outgoing. I'm out with my friends more. I'm more of a feeling of, yes, I still want to meet somebody and get married and have kids and all that kind of stuff, and every girl wants to be noticed at a bar or whatever, but I'm also kind of in the sense of, I don't really care anymore. Like, if somebody wants to be attracted to me, then they are. If they aren't, they're lost. Whatever. Kind of this thing, like, I have more confidence in myself that I don't need to be reassured. I don't know how to try to explain this, but I'm just saying I have a lot more confidence and I don't get as sad anymore. I'm not saying that I don't never. I'm definitely can be lonely sometimes, but I have a better understanding that I'm okay. I'm doing well. And also with 50 pounds down, I've gotten a little bit more reaction out of people, which is nice. And I think it also comes from, yes, it can be a physical appearance, but also I think it has a lot to do with my confidence level as well. I still have a long way to go, but, every step counts. So if there are days where I feel upset or sad, I definitely try to do something else. I even had another emotion that triggers this is sometimes if I'm angry. In the beginning of this year, I'm a teacher at a high school here in Delaware, and I had a class that they were my last class of the day, and they just would press my buttons and at the end when I went home, I just was in this this ball of knots, and I was just so upset, and I ate because I was just upset. I was just like, I kind of put it in my head that they just drove me nuts and I deserve it, you know. And the end of the night, it was back when I was doing some journaling, and I wrote in my journal, I remember, this class made you upset. You ate. Why? Don't let them do that to you. There's different ways to handle this. So one big thing that I do, I guess, and a lot of people have said it, exercise. Exercise is a great way to release pent-up energy. You know, if I'm having a bad day, as much as I don't want to go to the gym, after I go, I feel so much better. It's very, very odd. So just kind of releasing that energy in a different way really helps. So, so far, that's all I've found. You know, journaling here or there, but I'm not the best at keeping a journal because I kind of forget. Talking about it helps too. So I really am trying to steer away from eating my feelings, as they say, and doing other things to help me to feel better. And like I said, you know, I can say, you know, we can all say, oh, go exercise, and don't eat your feelings, go exercise. You know, and I'd love to say that I do that all the time, but it's just not true. I'm trying to get more towards that, but I'm not going to say that I do it every time because I want to be completely honest with everybody out there. So the biggest thing that I can stress is that if that does happen, acknowledge that it happened, identify the emotions, and try and solve it a different way. Think about what you're doing and try and stop it next time. Don't let, you know, a depression make you go into a funk for a full week or two. Give it a day, and then that's it, and move on. So try not to stuff your feelings. So that's my response to this week's question. Again, like I said, my channel is Randy for Change. Make sure you check that out. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next week here on Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.